Now that we have several images placed inside our layout, let's go up and look at the Links panel and see how we can manage our linked graphics. So let's select one of these files, for example 01 sculpture.psd, which is the photograph right here at the top of this column. And let's go out to the panel menu where we have several context-sensitive commands. The first one that I'll point out is Link File Info. This allows us to take a peek at the metadata inside this image. So we'll choose that, and the File Information dialog box pops up. This shows us information about the file, in this case, who created this photograph, the copyright notice. Maybe here on the left-hand side we might even have some information about the camera that was used to shoot this image, and so on. Go ahead and click OK. This is not so much an area where you edit information as you just view the information. Now, also in the panel menu, we have Link Information. So this first command is information about the file. This command is information about the link. In this dialog box, you see the name of the file, when it was last saved, the size, the color, the file format, and arguably the most important part, the file location. So if you're working off a server or if you're collaborating with other folks and you're not quite sure the actual location of this file, the Link Information dialog box will show you exactly where it is. When you're done, just go ahead and click the Done button. Now let's come back over here to the toolbar, grab the selection tool, and make sure the logo here at the bottom of the page is selected. Now with that logo selected, we'll look over here in the links palette. That's the file we want to work on, logo.ai. Now this logo file, as well as all of the other files linked here in the links panel, they are linked graphics. That means the graphics are not actually inside our InDesign layout. We're just pointing to those files. They're an external link. However, there is an alternative, that is embedding the file. And this logo is a good candidate for embedding for a couple reasons. First, the file is pretty small. It's just a tiny Illustrator vector file. The other reason it's a good candidate for embedding is logos are frequently used throughout a document. So instead of linking to several instances of them, you might just embed one inside the file. To embed a graphic, go ahead and select it in the Links panel, come up here to the panel menu flyout, and choose the Embed File command. It takes just a moment. That progress bar just zipped by, and now the only thing that's changed is we have this little icon. It looks like a little graphic. That's just a visual reminder that that logo file actually lives inside of our InDesign layout. It's been embedded now. Now, if you get layouts with embedded graphics that you actually need to edit, that could be a real conundrum. However, again, in the panel menu, we have the option to unembed a file, which is really nice. So I'll choose this command again, and we're going to get a dialog box that explains some options. We could just cancel if we didn't mean to do that at all, but it's offering to relink to the original logo.ai file that's on our computer's hard drive. Now, if you don't have the original file on your hard drive, InDesign can write that file out in its native format. But in this case, it does make sense to relink to the original, so I'll just go ahead and click Yes. Now InDesign is relying on that external version, and you notice the icon that indicates that it's embedded is gone. Now the last thing I want to show you about working with links is just a quick explanation of these icons here at the bottom of the panel. The first icon here is the option to relink. So if you need to update a layout with a newer version of the graphic, you can click Relink and navigate to the new version. You also have the option to Go to Link. So for example, if I select the sculpture.psd file and click Go to Link, InDesign will jump to the correct page and zoom in and show me exactly where that file is. Additionally, we have the option to update a link, so if the file on the hard drive is out of date or it's been updated, I can update that link. And one of the most powerful features of InDesign related to working with graphics is Edit Original. I can select any linked graphic and click this icon, or if I'd rather use a keyboard shortcut, just hold the Option key, or on Windows that would be the Alt key, and double click. And it will launch in the Creator application. In this case, it would launch Photoshop. I could make any changes or edits or updates to it, save it, switch back to InDesign, and InDesign updates the layout automatically.